the shadowed corners of the ancient pine woods, they whisper her name. Princess Tuskawanta, born of Choctaw blood and royal sorrow, her story drifts upon the midnight air like a restless spirit. Legends say her footsteps still echo in moonlit glades, her tears rising from hidden springs. Tonight we unravel the haunting tale of love, betrayal, and the unseen world she inhabits. Dare you listen?
In the stillness of twilight, when shadows lengthen across the water, a sorrowful presence stirs beneath Lake Ronkonkoma. This is the legend of Tuskawanta, the Lady of the Lake, claimed to haunt the depths and claim a life each year. Around the 1600s, in what is now Long Island, there lived a young native woman named Tuskawanta, sometimes called Princess Ronkonkoma, or Lady of the Lake. According to legend, she fell deeply in love with a settler named Hugh Birdsall. Their love, however, was forbidden by her father, who forbade their union. Desperate, she tried to reach across the divide. For years, she floated secret messages across the lake on bark fragments, hoping he would read them, hoping their love might bridge the gulf. But he never replied. Day after day, the bark messages drifted unanswered upon the water's surface, like voices lost to silence. Eventually, despair consumed her. In one version of the tale, she rowed to the center of the lake and either plunged a dagger into her heart or allowed herself to drown. Accounts vary. Her body, in some tellings, washed ashore near Birdsall's land. In others, rumors whisper of underwater tunnels carrying her remains away, deep into hidden chasms of the lake. But she did not rest. The legend asserts that since that tragic night, each year one young man loses his life in Lake Ronkonkoma, a sacrifice claimed by the lady, perhaps seeking her lost love, perhaps punishing those who dare enter her domain. Locals long claimed that the lake takes one male per year. Over the 19th and 20th centuries, more than 160 drownings have been tied to her curse, though some records are murky and only a few female victims are mentioned. Some lifeguards report sensing a cold hand brush an ankle underwater or feeling an unseen pull. One lifeguard claimed he was swept backward in his kayak as though yanked by something beneath. Others describe being dragged downward by invisible force. Victims pulled below the surface, into darkness, never to return. Some who lived near the lake swore they witnessed strange phenomena. A swimmer would feel an unseen tug at their leg. A kayaker, trapped upside down, felt a cold brush along their arm just before being freed. In one tale, a man trying to swim across the water found himself unable to move forward, as though an invisible barrier held him in place. Others point out that the deepest parts of the lake are nearly 90 feet deep, with abrupt drops and murky visibility. In such darkness, a rescue is nearly impossible beyond the first 10 feet. The lake's abrupt depth changes are fertile ground for fear. Some researchers have measured odd electromagnetic fields near the surface, though skeptics argue it is simply geological anomaly or instrumentation error. Still, the stories endure, passed down generation to generation. Beyond the chilling accounts, the legend carries something more mournful, a story of heartbreak, of longing, of injustice. Some modern storytellers argue that the terms princess and chief are European impositions, not authentic native titles. What remains, though, is the emotional weight. A woman denied the right to love, whose anguish would not let her rest. In this light, Tuskawanta's curse is not simply vengeful, it is desperate. She is both haunted and haunting, a tragic spirit forever reaching across water, forever pulling souls into her loneliness. Imagine a moonlit night. The lake's surface glassy, the air quiet except for distant cicadas. A young man, perhaps drawn by curiosity or defiance, slips silently into the water, heading toward the darker depths. As he swims, he senses a chill beneath him, colder than air should allow. His limbs slow, his breath falters. The water around him darkens. A shift in the current, almost palpable, tugs at his ankles. He tries to rise, to kick upward, but the pressure increases. It is not mere weight, it is a grasp. Something unseen coils around his leg. A phantom hand grips his calf, then attempts to pull him downward. Panic sets in. He thrashes, gasps, reaches for the surface, but the surface recedes. Above, the moonlight glints briefly across a pale face, half submerged. Tuskawanta's mournful eyes stare out, sorrow and longing mixed with something ancient and terrible. With a final surge, he vanishes. There is silence, only a ripple remains. In the morning, the lake lies calm again. No trace of the young man remains. Not a ripple, not a struggle, not a scream. Locals murmur of a new disappearance, and yet some say that in moonlit nights, if you walk the lake's edge, you might glimpse a faint silhouette on the water, drifting. Perhaps you might hear a sob, soft as a sigh, or the echo of a message carried on bark, long since rotted to nothing. Some believe that the statue carved near the shoreline, a 32-foot figure of Tuskawanta watching over the lake, might be an offering to appease her spirit, a reminder that she still lingers. Whether curse or cautionary memory, the Lady of the Lake endures, a tragedy written in water, waiting beneath waves for her next echo. On the shoreline stands a towering statue of Tuskawanta. Weathered, silent, watching the lake she haunts. A reminder of love denied and of the sorrow that endures. So heed this tale. The lake may look calm, the surface may whisper peaceful lullabies, but below, sorrow and vengeance may stir. Should you ever wander by Lake Ronkonkoma and feel a chill brush your ankles, or glimpse a pale face shimmering just beneath the surface, turn away, do not test her domain, for the lady's grief still lingers and the waters still weep.
And so the tale of Princess Tuskawanta lingers, a spirit woven from love and loss, her story told in whispers and moonlit sighs. Wherever the waters run clear or the pines stand silent, her presence may yet linger, waiting, listening. If ever you tread close to a hidden spring in the still of night, you may feel her sorrow stirring beneath the surface. Let her legend haunt your dreams until we meet again under the pale, watchful moon.